YouTube family, this is Sunya with Mary Ellen's, and today I'm going to show you how to make shrimp and grits. Come on with me. Alright you guys, welcome back. I have all these things right here are staple to how I make my shrimp and grits, along with some garlic, salt and pepper. But just to show you a couple things, what I put in here, I have some Caribbean jerk seasoning, and also I have the tropical Saigon, and we also have adobo. So one's going to be for the base for the gravy, and then the other one's going to be for the shrimp. Alright, let's get started. First, I'm going to start off with making the grits, and I'm going to show you a simple way of not making them get clumpy. I actually stir the water as I pour the grits in. That way that'll stop all the clumps. And then, because we're cooking for a lot of people, I'm going to need 2 of these. Let's go with the second one in there. And we just stir that in there so we can avoid all the clumps. And then as I get these cooking, I'm going to actually lower the heat on them because I got the water boiling. So now I just want to cook them to a medium texture, not so grimy so they're hard. So what I want to do is just lower this just a little bit. And then I'm going to start putting in my salt and my pepper. But I'm going to add some cheddar cheese in here too, which also has salt base. So you want to make sure you are aware of how much salt you're putting in. So you don't want it to be too salty. Once it gets thicker, the water absorbs out of it. That's when I'm going to start adding in my cheddar cheese. Pretty much I'm going to stir this for about 5 or 10 minutes. More so on the 5 minutes. I'm going to add a little bit in there. Not much. You don't want it peppery. Pepper sometimes will give it a spice, and you don't want any spiciness in your grits. So as you can see, it's getting a little thicker. You're going to keep on stirring that because you don't want it to burn on the bottom. So we're going to add some salt in there. I cook for a large base of people, so I tend to season a little heavy. It's kind of this consistency I want the grits to be. Sometimes grits can be briny, but if you cook them all the way down, some people add a little milk. I don't do that because we're actually going to put something on top of it. We don't want it runny. All right, so we're going to stop there, and I'm going to pour it in a container, and then I'm going to add my cheese. And as you see, there's nothing on the bottom that's sticking, so this is a clean sweep of grits right here. All right, so this is where I'm going to add my cheese. And this is your sharp cheddar cheese. This is the one that has a little salty base. So we're going to take that and pour that in here. And then a secret to what I do with my shrimp and grits, I don't completely stir all the cheese. So when we're ready to serve, they're getting bites of cheese. So I just kind of chop it in there. Grits tend to get really, really dry. So what I do is I take butter, and I call these little shots. So I just take these and I put these in here like this. And then that'll keep everything soft, savory, and delicious. All right, so the shrimp, what I did was I had softened up 2 butters. And the reason why I do that, that's the base of my gravy for my shrimp. Okay, so I have my butter melted. This is where I'm going to add in my seasoning. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put that in the butter. So we're just going to go and kind of get some of this stirred down a little bit, get some of that seasoning mixed and marinated and married together. Now, like I said, you can add flour, you can add coconut milk, you can add a couple other items that you would like to thicken this up. We're going to go over to the grill. I'm going to add the last piece of butter I have. Then what I'm going to do is take my shrimp that I had soaked in lemon juice and a little salt, put it on the grill. And they also get the same amount of flavor that the sauce has. So we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that on top. Don't be worried that you're putting a lot of seasoning in there. It's going to cook off a little bit. So we're going to take that and just rub those around here, get those all grilled up. And grilling it this way keeps my shrimp plump, not dried out. so you don't overcook them. Sometimes people overcook the shrimp. You just want to get rid of that translucent look of the shrimp. Usually it only takes about 3 or 4 minutes on each side. They cook really, really fast. So we're gonna take the shrimp. Just gonna kind of get it over here in the sauce. All right, so we got the shrimp in the sauce. Another thing I'm gonna do, because this is pretty much almost done, so another thing I would do is add onions. And some people can saute the onions. What I do, because I want it to last all day, I don't want it to get soggy, I add a little onions in here. And then I just cook these two together for about a minute or two, because you don't want that shrimp to get dried out. Let's scoop up some grits there. You see the consistency? They don't fall apart. There's perfectly bites of cheese in there. All right, this is what the shrimp and grits looks like. So right now we're going to give it that good old taste test. Buttery. The grits stand alone. They stand up for themselves. Let's taste the shrimp. Let's see how that shrimp came out. Big, flaky shrimp. Not dried out. Woo! Tastes just like home. There you guys have it. Thanks for tuning in to Mary Ellen's Shrimp and Grits. Come on in and let us fix you a plate. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.